What is the INTJ's demon function? The INTJ's demon function is an interesting concept in the personality theory that describes a person's shadow side, or repressed feelings. Typically, it is not expressed in people with well-developed personalities, because they are able to keep their emotions under control and present the best part of themselves to others. But sometimes when someone has been through significant trauma, their demon function can take over and lead them down dark paths. So how does this dangerous trait manifests in INTJs? In this video, we are going to analyze how deep the rabbit hole really goes. Brace yourselves because it's going to be a scary, and maybe even a transformative lecture. Let's begin. What is the INTJ demon function? If you are watching this video, I'm certain you are familiar with MBTI typology and the cognitive functions. Everyone is aware of the 4 primary functions. In the case of INTJs, it is introverted intuition, NI, extroverted thinking, TE, introverted feeling, FI, and extroverted sensing, SE. But what people may not be aware of, is that it doesn't stop there. Everyone uses all 8 functions, and not only the primary 4. If you dig a bit deeper, you'll find that INTJs also use NE, TI, FE, and finally, SI, in that specific order. The higher they are in the stack, the more prominent they are. Because SI, or introverted sensing, is in the last slot, it makes it the one INTJs have the most trouble with, and it manifests in negative ways, therefore the name demon function. The demon function is normally associated with the evilest emotions of a person, and every type has one, not only INTJs. How does the INTJ demon function get triggered? To understand how the demon function gets triggered, we need to be aware of what INTJs worry about the most. We do that by looking at the function that is associated with worry or concern. In the case of INTJs, it is NE, or extroverted intuition, and this means that INTJs fear above everything else betrayal and untrustworthiness. This is why INTJs are notoriously known for being paranoid. Until INTJs are able to overcome their insecurities, they literally walk around constantly thinking that no one can be trusted, and that everyone has an element of duplicity. The demon function gets activated when someone actually proves them right, in other words, when someone betrays them. It's extremely difficult, I would say almost next to impossible, to get inside an INTJ's circle of trust, and it's only achievable after long periods of time of constantly proving loyalty. This can mean years. How does the INTJ demon function manifest itself? Well, this is when things start to get scary. INTJs will completely and utterly eliminate that person out of their lives. That person becomes less than nothing, and no matter what, there's no coming back from it. They will ignore the other person to inexistence, and it doesn't matter how much history they share together. When an INTJ is betrayed, that bridge is broken, demolished, smashed, burnt, destroyed to the smallest speck of dust in such a way, that there's no possible way it can ever again be rebuilt. That person is as good as dead to them. Fortunately, these are rare occurrences. INTJs don't want or like to act this way, and will only be forced to use this self-defense mechanism, when all other options were exhausted. Although their natural suspicious nature may cause them to assume other people are being disloyal to them, in that case, it's important for INTJs not to close themselves in their FI, and express how they are feeling. Because if not, it can lead to disaster. No one wants a relationship to end based on assumptions instead of facts. Beware of that, INTJs. How not to trigger the INTJ's demon function? If you're thinking about getting into a relationship with an INTJ, or if you are in a relationship with an INTJ, then you definitely want to avoid something as terrible as this from happening. After all, being in a relationship with an INTJ is actually very simple. They don't ask for much, and are normally very relaxed and caring when they love someone. But in order for a healthy relationship to blossom, it's important to know what they value the most, and what their insecurities are. If you want to have a good relationship with an INTJ, one of the most important things you can do is to make them know you are loyal. They will need reassurance from time to time, that you are still a team. It's important to extinguish any doubts that the INTJ might have. It's not uncommon for them to test your loyalty from time to time until they feel you are trustworthy, and they can let their guard down. This is only achieved through consistency. Don't expect the INTJ to give you all of them in the beginning. I assure you, no INTJ will ever do that. The good news is, once they consider you a loyal and trustworthy person, they are the best partner you could ever wish for. How did the INTJ demon function came to be? Understanding how each type works prevents much hurt and pain. That's why it's so important to understand the reason why people act a certain way. I've read that INTJs in their younger years are actually very gullible, and end up being hurt over and over again, until they are forced to erect a wall so high that becomes almost impenetrable. So don't hold it against them, they're only trying to protect themselves. When those strong negative emotions get triggered, in a way they are transported back to their younger days, where they didn't know how to deal with such emotions yet. So the solution they found was to shut those emotions in a little mental box. Betraying them is like opening that box of unresolved issues, or maybe even trauma. Of course, this is just a theory, but the truth of the matter is that no one needs to suffer through their demon function, and we can only achieve complete understanding by knowing each other better.
If you liked the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. That will allow us to keep making more videos like this. For more related content, please click on one of the suggested videos. Thank you for watching.